Hello everyone! I have returned. Yes, so today, yesterday, I was actually gonna talk about, what I've been doing throughout this weekend. So, this weekend, my sister was actually, she called me and she said she wanted to watch the new Avatar movie with me, yes. Yeah, I think she took me to this 4DX cinema. I've never done that before, but like the seats were like all shaking, and every time like that a whale thing splashed, it got like water on me. That was pretty cool. Yes. In case you guys were wondering what like my opinion on the new Avatar movie is, well, I mean, I thought the movie was nice. Didn't have like too many opinions on that. Although I'll probably say that it was an alright movie. I think it lacked a substantial amount of dinosaurs, but considering that the movie isn't about dinosaurs, it would be awkward to, well, say that I truly enjoyed the movie since it doesn't have dinosaurs in it, but, well, the movie itself was nice. I really liked the visual aspects of it. Unfortunately, I don't know what's up with the newest movie, but I didn't really, like, you know, when I watched the first movie and the second one, like, I always thought that Avatar movies was, like, half storytelling, half just like talking about like the in-universe thing, and all these like creatures and stuff. And I don't really think they did that in this movie. Like there really weren't like any like new like animals that they showed. Yeah, I thought that was kind of boring. Like, well, where's all the interesting aliens? Like the one new thing that I saw was like that otter-like thing, which apparently I've heard that on Twitter that inside that some kind of like guidebook it's listed as a mammal, and which like it doesn't make sense. Why is that a mammal? It's an alien. So that's like the one thing that everybody was been like complaining about. But yes, I did this. I went ahead, watched a bit of movies with my friends and family. And yeah, that's pretty much what I did. I did also go ahead and visit like my local card store in a while. Like it's really been a while since I visited that store because I was just planning on buying all the new like Dinosaur Magic the Gathering cards for my collection. I don't like none of the cards I think are like really good, but I really like the art of that one of those, like, what was it? One of those X-Men dinosaur villains that they made as a card, I think. Let me quickly look up. See. Release date. Where's the thing? There we go. So yes, I got this card. I love this art. Look at this. It's like a Stegosaur guy with like a Parasaurolophus that for some reason they bothered ahead and like gave it like a thumb spike. It's interesting. I don't think Parasaurolophus had thumb spikes. I thought that was the thing only Iguanodons had, but yeah, they also got a Dilo in his art, which I think makes this like the 4th Magic the Gathering card with a Dilophosaurus. But yes, we have that. I really like the art, so I got this one, and I got like the Spider Rex. I don't think this card is out yet, but yeah. I went ahead, grabbed those 2 cards, and yes, I was originally supposed to stream yesterday. I was planning on playing, finishing up our ecosystem in Jurassic World Evolution 3, but it turns out that there was a bit of snow right before, while I was in Seoul. So when I came back, like, apparently something was wrong with the internet connection, like, the snow had, like, piled up, and, like, it turns out, like, it kind of, like, pushed. Like, I don't know exactly what happened outside, right? I had to just get a repairman, and he told me that I knocked down, like, that tower. Not me, but, like, the snow. It was something probably with the cold. Maybe somebody was trying to clear out the driveway and moved, like, the internet line, but, anyways, it was, something was misplaced. They went ahead and fixed that, so now I have internet. So, yeah. We are here today to play some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Because they revealed some new dinosaur cards. I want to talk about them right now. We will talk about them right now, but I think we're gonna give a bit of space before we talk about them. Because right now they revealed 5 dinosaurs. There's apparently supposed to be 7 of them. And the thing is that these guys aren't official. These cards were like opened by some kind of YouTuber, I'm assuming. So since it's not the official like Yu-Gi-Oh that's telling us what these dinosaurs are, and since they're just based off regular pack openings, I feel like it would be a bit disingenuous, I guess, to show us the dinosaurs right now, because since they aren't actual like a full list of the dinosaur cards. It's more like they were results from pack openings. And you know how in Yu-Gi-Oh! In the TCG, I know that there's some cards that are like really rare. These cards are, you find them like only in every couple of 100 boxes. And I think the dinosaur might actually be one of them, because we haven't been like it seems like the way the cards are designed, they're supposed to be formed around a very specific card, but that card hasn't been revealed yet. So we're presuming that it's some kind of like the card that makes the entire deck like run, but since we don't have that card, it would be a bit awkward to just showcase the cards like surrounding it. It would be like basically finding a dinosaur with just like the leg bone, so we just gonna try and assume what the full dinosaur is, right? So like we're gonna do some paleontology here in Yu-Gi-Oh terms. So yeah, we're gonna be doing that. But well, before we do that, we might as well go ahead and play a bit of Yu-Gi-Oh, just to see how well, to see what my issues with the dinosaur deck is right now. Maybe playing with the deck will awaken us, perhaps, to find a better way to think about the dinosaur support and how we could possibly be using that. Because I already have some couple of ideas on how I would be approaching the dinosaurs in the new really upcoming dinosaurs. I think I have a genuine like plan on how to use them, but like most of the people think the cards are shit, which I don't know why. It's like it feels like TCG players tend to be like more like meta brained. If it can't keep up with the meta, then it's completely meaningless and everything's shit, right? But I don't really think that a card needs to be amazing good to be viable. I think that a card could be just decent and it can be used, like Dinosaurs Meteors, for example. Everybody says it's shit. Like, yes, if you draw it with 2 non-dinosaurs, it's kind of shit, but minus that, as long as this guy's in deck, I think he's a pretty good card. And so that's why we run 60 cards. Even the chances of us drawing this guy's very unlikely. And since dinosaurs already brick, like, you might as well add this guy in. It's not gonna make that big of a difference, but it will make it will make a lot of the games that you could have lost, it can turn them into winning games. So that's why we add this card. That's why we play 60 cards. So the way that I seem to be approaching dinosaurs and Yu-Gi-Oh and card games in general is a lot different than what other people have been viewing dinosaur decks as. Like, I think that it's a more of a different viewpoint. I don't think there's necessarily something's right and something's wrong. It's more like some people think that, oh, this card is bad because it bricks, whereas I think that the card opens up new possibilities. That's why it's worth running. But well, let's see. We're gonna go in second. Wouldn't be really nice if Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel showed me how to use Meteors by giving me an Egg, a Megalo, and Meteors on my first hand, but Full Loss is actually good enough. But what the hell is this sleeves? I've never seen those. Right. Might be Labyrinth, might be not. I think for Labyrinth, just in case, it is best to hold for now. But yes, apparently, like, the dinosaur that we first saw was apparently, like, it wasn't even a Dilophosaurus. I thought it was a Dilophosaurus. Turns out it's, like, an Allosaurus. So... okay, set 2. Cross out. That's not bad. Okay. I mean, I have to use Full Loss right now. Oh, they let that pass. Okay, that's interesting. So maybe these cards are just regular traps? We might actually set another frenzy, right? I feel like Labyrinth can pop a card and they would pop the frenzy. So we'll actually set 2. Right, we'll go with Megalo. Oh, Dominus Impulse. Okay. On Megalo. Well, it doesn't destroy it, so... Okay. Oh, smack him for 15k. It's a shame if it didn't destroy. If it did, we could have summoned Xeno. But I don't like how he... Like, he knows I got Frenzy, and he still chose to impulse the Megalo, so... He probably has an out to Frenzy, which I don't like. The hell? It's DDs? Was it DDs all along? It wasn't Labyrinth? I mean, it was a Fiend deck, alright. Okay. How do I approach DDs? I haven't played a game against the new DDs, like, at all. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking at. I know the only thing that's kind of a threat is, like, this thing, because it can pop, like, Rexterm. Maybe I should have said alert. Is destroyed. Is there a way for him to destroy the contract? I mean, it's not like we can prevent Kepler from going off, right? So I think that what we do need to watch out is, I think, like, the DDs have, like, this card that's like an absolute stopper. You control, destroy it. Except for DDs. What would you summon off of that? Maybe it's this? I don't know, this is one of the newer ones. This is something that Pendulum summons it. I don't know! I don't know what these do! No, I think we'll have to let that pass. I mean, if they already have the Red Woman, I don't think this is really gonna matter now. Targets your opponent controls the same attribute. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Target 3 of the same type. Oh, type or attribute. So, wait, if it's all 3 with the same type and attribute, it won't matter, right? Wait, well, is that how it works? I don't know. Is it like controlling with the same type or attribute? So it's like 3 of the same type or 3 of the same attribute, or all the 3 needs to be... Okay, I'm assuming it's probably the former, right? That just kills Rexterm, doesn't it? Oh, they did just destroy that. Okay, send that. Yeah, we'll have to send them, and then we'll have to go down to 1,000, right? Like, we don't really have a choice. Like... And if they impulse us, it would never matter to begin with. Okay, Ash, right. Well, we saw that coming. So now we'll have to go to 1,000 because I don't want Gilgamesh to do his thing. Or maybe that last card, that one that was it, what was it, like Headhunt or a thing that steals it? That kills me too. Like we're kind of just struggling here. I hate to do it, but we just gotta pray. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even think we can win this, right? Because they can just summon out Typhon and just run over with Therizia. Like, I mean, we could do that, sure, why not? Like, Dinomorpheus gives us, like, a very strong ground. But it's also very fragile in some places. You can do a lot of strong, powerful stuff within a very set number of moves, but it opens you up to a lot of weak stuff. So, have you guys seen the new dinosaur cards? What are your opinions on them? Exceeds. Okay. Oh! Oh no! That's an effect, right? So no, this doesn't. You can't do that. You can't run over Therizia and just burn me for a game. I don't think that matters, right? They can just summon something on top of it, yeah, and just run it over now. And now I'm dead. Max C? Oh no. Or maybe he won't notice Therizia with 15k attack, right? Trust the process. They will just go for Rexterm. No! Shame. Shame. Unfortunate. But not every game we can win. Right. This time we're going first. Ooh, that sounds like Mikanko. Throughout Foolos? Okay, don't think they have an Ash. Interesting. So, something triggered here. I mean, ideally what we want to do, if they are playing Mekankos, we need to give them a token. Once we give them the token, it's game over. I mean, we'll have to normal summon over here. Okay, they let that pass. I don't think Dinomorpheus matter here a lot in our situation. Damn, maybe I should just add in another Diplos, man. It does limit our movement significantly in hands like these. But that's another brick. But it's a level 4 Dino, so who knows. Right, so we can banish Fulos and Therizia to summon out Meteors and dump Kaido, which Miscellanea can banish for 2. Or we can banish Miscellanea now, get Archosaur, and pop Therizia. But that's like 2 pops wasted with no eggs. You know what? I'm gonna trust my gut and not use Dinomorpheus. Right, let's see what we can do. Or maybe I can just banish UCT, right? What would that achieve? It would let me get Hellhorn Source. Like, it does everything right, but if I had to choose between a Rexterm and UCT, it would definitely be Rexterm, alright, so... But it's Mekankos we're talking about. I don't know, like, this is like a mental fight. Do you think he's got Mekankos? You know what, I'm gonna trust my gut. We're gonna go with UCT this time. Maxi. Maxi, you say? We need to give him 2 draws. How do I make solid within 2 draws? I guess it's like Pancratops. Pancratops Megalo? Right. That's still 7 cards, though. They could do anything with 7 cards. I don't know if 2 pops is enough. Forbidden Droplet. Alright, well, thank God we didn't extend. It was Mekankos! Okay. So they can get rid of Pancratops. I'm assuming it still works. It doesn't work, right? Since it's already negated. Ritual, okay. Reveal this in your hand at 1 Mekanko. I think the one thing we need to be careful. Oh, okay. Can only summon Mekankos now. Right. Yes, this guy's the one. Right. From the hand or graveyard. If you do, equip it with this card. And then special summon 1 opponent from your opponent's graveyard to their field. They can just summon up Megalos to my field. And that stops Meteor as well. While you control an equip card, if either player equips this, they can get a trap and keep extending now. I mean, I guess we just kind of hope they just don't have an out now, right? I mean, they have a normal summon, but I know that Mekankos sometimes struggle with getting game. Oh, they run Arahime too. Okay. So it is like a pure build. Right, let's see what you can do. So Mekankos, it's like this gun's like the new one. Equip something and then like swing for it twice. Okay. Aha. Does this trap only trigger if you have Mekankos? It does! Lol. Okay, but like what can I do now? Like it's gonna be like a top draw fight. And two-hand decks never win a top draw fight, since we don't have a one card combo. But if they don't have a Mekanko, never mind. Yeah, they can always get another one. Right. So UCT needs to pop itself. You know, maybe it wasn't the correct choice to have to summon Dogoran and run it over with UCT. Maybe I should have just held. Because not much would have changed anyways, right? Like, I think that was probably the right choice, just to hold. Because if they could have killed me, they would have killed me earlier. But they didn't. They didn't do anything. So maybe we should have just held and just hoped for that. They would like top draw like top draw miscellaneous source or something like that. Okay, now we gotta pop. But I know they can just... What was it? They can just banish something, right? Is there no way for them to revive Hooli? Petite. See? That would have mattered now. This would have mattered. Now it doesn't. Well, I mean, maybe they can't just kill me, so who knows? Okay, so that's their boss. So if they poke me with the sword, do I like die? Hello, Green Walls, welcome. How's it going? Yeah, was this the sword? Double-edged sword. Wait, does that kill me? No, right? Oh, wait, what? It does. Okay. Oh, right. It does 4K, right. Yeah, I should have just held. I think that was probably the best choice. But then they could have just normal summoned at another level 3 and make that and kill me anyways, right? I'm not so sure how I could have played it out over there. Yeah, it deals the battle damage twice. I see. Oh, it's you again! Ah, okay. At least my hand can do something. This is why I don't run 3 Ash Blossoms usually. Well, what's the point if you just draw 2 of them? Well, if we get the new dinosaur cards, I'll definitely be getting only 2 Ash Blossoms. Oh wait, I'm playing the card in the OCG, right? We already have only 2 Ash Blossom, right? What am I talking about, right? Megalo isn't bad. So I think I'll just get Fossil Dig for baby, and I'll just attempt to pop it. No, that's actually fine. But the problem with this deck is... Yeah, Ash Semi, yes, indeed it is. Right, you're also OCGs. Yes, OCG bros, stay strong with 3 Miscellaneousaurs. The only reason I even bothered to play this game. If it was limited, I would have never played Yu-Gi-Oh! So... The problem with Mekonkos is that they actively benefit from us using Dinomorpheus. So what do we want to do here? Just get UCT Megalo, right? Or maybe we just get Meteorus, right? For next turn. Because we have Maxi. Usually this deck really does not struggle with Mekonkos. Right, we can get Astro Engrave. Yeah, I think what we'll do is just secure Gardener. And then we'll sit on a UCT. After all, secure Gardener does kind of mess up with Mekonkos' plans. Because they need to deal the battle damage. This prevents the first battle damage. And if we draw into a baby with Maxi, we can jump scare them with a Tyranno or Pancratops. Oh wait! I should have put it in attack. You know what? Oh, come on, seriously? Sure. Sure, that's just Mud Dragon, right? Yeah, that's fine. That is fun. What you gonna do with a Mud Dragon? I have a Meteor. Alright, let's hold on, Maxi. Hello, Utz! The new dinosaurs were revealed. I'm pretty sure you saw my tweet about it, but I'm very excited, as you can see. Yeah, like... Do I just Ash him here? Like, because... I don't want to risk... No, I think we're just gonna let this go through, right? Because we need to draw off something with Maxi. This is a 2-card combo deck. We can't rely on a top draw to save us. Oh! Now it's a bit different. Now you're gonna do that. Well, now I can Ash you. Right. Begun! Right, sure. Declare an attribute. Divine, yes. Right. Oh no, Typhon, I'm so scared. What will I do? This card has never mattered to me, unless that very specific circumstance where they normal summon, where they slap my normal summon Therizia, but its Meteor isn't 3k, so it's unaffected. Yeah, we'll see about a top draw. Right, draw. Double evolution pill. We could do something, but you know what? I think I'm just gonna wait, right? Because we can't use Tyranno, even if we bring it out. It's kind of a sitting duck. And this is the last double evolution pill. We're gonna think this long. I think I'm just gonna hold, right? UCT ram over Maxi. Is that better? I don't know, honestly. You know what? Can't go wrong, right? I mean, UCT already by itself is already stopping Mikankos. Yeah, they call Typhon the losing card. It wins like every now and then. Like, my deck, as I said, has a very big weakness where I normal summon Therizia with no other way, and they just can make Typhon and run over it, and it does just kill me. Like, it does happen. But usually in those hands, it also dies to like a it also dies to like super poly or triple tactic. So I mean, we don't need UCT to win. That's the thing, right? Draw! Hey! Perfect. Right, let's go! Battle. You know, if I attacked with the UCT, alright, it would have mattered, right? They would have just charged, headbutted me with the super poly, so it would not have mattered. I'll just pass. I feel like one of the set cards might actually be Forbidden Droplet. Mikanko right away. I mean, not like I can do anything about it. Sure. Equip it. Maybe I should have said Petite Pteranodon. I didn't think about that. I already have Meteor, right? Oh, you stupid idiot. See, this is the problem, Lopho. You like, if you're playing rogue decks like these, every mistake counts. You should have said Petite Pteranodon. You already have Astro Engrave. You should have expected this. Wait a moment. No. Wait, hold up. No. Let him equip this. Yeah, let him equip this, and then I'll just Astro him. Yeah, because it protects my UCT. Oh, thank you, good sir. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, it's Droplet. There's 2 Droplet. Wait a moment. I'll max you over here. Since he doesn't have anything on field, Meteor goes through. Can't chain block with Tyranno. Man, I should have just set the Petite. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Right, at least UCT... Oh, never mind. UCT's in hand. Right, now I can't do anything. Ow. Right, can I... Do I... I don't have another dino. Frenzy, that doesn't help me out. Shoot. Shoot, what do I do here? I mean, UCT beats this, but the problem is that they can just equip something to it. And I don't have a way to get this out. I think I'm just gonna put this in defense. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna lose to Mekonkos? Says the Dino player. Sure, if they exceed or something, it's fine. I don't have a Dino, so if I wanted to summon UCT, I would have to normal summon Petite and make Reprodokus. But then they could have like negated that anyways. So. Oh wait, this is just game. Wait a moment, let me think. I think it's just game, right? Is there no way for me to like Rexterm this and increase their attacks to reduce the amount of damage that I take? My math says it doesn't work. But it's worth a shot. You know, Rexham has 0 defense, but the problem is they can just ram Meteor. But here's the thing, like, I'm already dead if they just, ram Meteor, so I'm not good at math, so the idea is like this. I would use that and increase their defense. No, but it still does enough damage, yeah. Unfortunate. No. I still don't die, I still die with Rexham because they can just attack the Meteor anyways. Which is exactly what happened. Right, there's no way I'm losing to him the 3rd time. But like, I would have died regardless, so that was like my best play. Oh, this is different. It's Labyrinth. Hey, where was this hand when I last needed Mekonkos? There's like 3 cards beat Mekonkos here. Okay. Sure, I mean, makes sense. Wait, what? This isn't Labyrinth? I mean, this is a classic good going second hand, so I'm not really gonna complain. Ooh, yeah, look at him go. Are you shitting me? It's you guys again? You know what? I'm not even gonna complain. I think this hand kind of beats it. Like, unironically, Dogoran, Pankratops, Book of Eclipse is a really good strong combo. With Lost World, I can just ram over with Baby Pterosaurs, pop Ovi, and let the pain train go. And they can't get their Ryzeal back out if I Book of Eclipse them. No, it's fine. Look at I got Dogoran, Book of Eclipse, and Pankratops. I think I can do something here. Like this is like probably like the best going second hand. Honestly, I'm glad that I'm going second here. If this was a going first hand, I would have been cooked. At least I kind of stand a fighting chance. I'm gonna assume they have Mitsu too, right? Right. Straight going for detonator. Fusion materials are not fusion materials. What do you mean by that? I think he's the king gremlin. No, it's Rafflesia. Wait, what? Rafflesia? That's actually fine, right? Like, what does that do? No hole beats, like, Book of Eclipse, doesn't it? Oh, it's... Oh, no. You got Max C? And you're gonna throw it away? Jeez. What the hell is your plan now? Okay, this is Onomat, Ryziel. I'd rather do that than Mitsu. Okay. I know these guys got an Omni, but we can Doggoran it away. We have one negate that we can force them out. If a monster has this monster can be used as fusion material, it still can be used as fusion material for contact fusion. Oh yeah. I've heard about that. That's like a ruling they have with, like, what was it? With like one of those cyber dragons, right? Like, you can't super poly it, but you can use it as Chimera Tech Fortress material. Right, gaga girl. You do be gaga-ing. There's the counter trap. That counter trap might be an issue. I mean, but the ruling never really comes up, so I'm not really too bothered by it. Like, if it happens, it happens. Tornado Dragon, okay. Just in case for that rogue labyrinth player. Oh! Okay. Wait a moment. I think I see a line here. Does Gravedigger's Trap Hole negates Pankratops? I mean, it doesn't matter, does it? They didn't use Eclipse Twins, it's not in the graveyard. Right, here we go! Right, you better counter this. Oh, come on! Seriously? Okay. Alright, they still got that counter. They got the Tornado Dragon. They'll definitely pop Lost World. No. The problem is they can negate that with Ryziel Cross. And the Xyz Unbreakable Barrier can also destroy the card if you detach 2 materials. This is like, this was like the only guy that had more than 2 materials. I mean, to be fair, Tornado Dragon also has that. Maybe I should have gotten rid of Tornado Dragon. Maybe that was the play. think... I think it's still beatable, right? We can't kill him this turn, though. What the hell? What are you doing? Oh, that works. I think I should have got rid of Tornado Dragon, actually. Yeah, damn! I should have got rid of Tornado Dragon. I think I could have won this. This was beatable. Okay. 3.5k beat stick. Oh wait, it's not even 3.5k. Oh, it's 100. Okay, I lost 100. Is there? But now the thing is inactive, right? The unbreakable Xyz barrier. Negate the activation, but it doesn't destroy that unless they have 2 materials. So I mean, we might as well give it a funny shot, right? They got the counter trap, but yeah, at least I get rid of that. And since they cannot pop Tyranno, wait, is it negate the activation? Can I do this again? Oh wait, it's 2. Oh, they can detach 2 from 1 of each. Oh, but they chose not to. Oh, okay. Right. I want to see what they can do now. Huh. Oh, right. They don't even have to detach this from him. Oh, but they do. X. Plug in. Could probably bring back Detonator. I already used UCT. They can just reverse them all, so what do we want to do here? Oh, do we want to grab Tyranno? No, right? Because they can just negate that anyways. So maybe we just get Miscellaneo on Ovi. Because since we already used Tyranno. I think that's kind of the best plan here. Man, this would have been so much easier if I didn't, if I gotten rid of Tornado Dragon. That's why you make these misplays. Oh, they can just negate this with the Gravedigger's Trap Hole. I didn't realize this. Yeah, you know what? I've lost. Oh, I made so many mistakes. That sucks, man. I don't mind losing, but losing because of my own mistakes? Shit. That was a beatable hand. Alright, this works. Not the proudest hand, but it's a hand that works. They might have Ash. Well, at least that paves way for Therizia. Right, so this is a situation where I would have gotten, after the new Dinosaur port, I would have actually gotten the Beat Evolution Pill. I haven't normal summon yet, but... I mean, Nib is a thing. Usually I wouldn't be worried, but this hand does kind of lose to Nib. You know what? No need to play it risky. We'll play it safe. We got Kaido. Rapali. Alright, let's do a bit of a show here. I think I have an idea. Right, trust the process! Trust the process, guys! Volcano. We'll use Volcano, and we'll pop our own Astro, but we'll use Volcano's effect to banish our Kaido from grave. That gets us back our Kaido. And then we'll use Poly, use Meteors and Kaido to make a level 6. Do I have another Jurassic Grave? No. So... do you want to get Lost World, or do we want to keep it this? You know, we'll keep at this, I think. Now, maybe if it's Sky Strikers, we might be screwed, but... right. Can't win every game. Layer of darkness. I don't know. Is this? I mean, it's a monster effect activation, so it does add to volcano. Is there something that tributes for cost? I guess Pankratops would help, but then Astro would counter that. Super Poly, ah, shit. Sure. What the hell? What was that? Shaku Chalhua, okay. Oh! What? They did not like Astro. Not Dolka. Oh wait! They couldn't! Right, because they're both, they were all dark. Why did he do that? They should have just super polyed first. I don't... Huh? Yeah, I guess that was a mistake on their part now. Discard this card. Tribute Dark Monster. Draw a card. I guess that gets rid of Dolka. Yep. One with 2,000 or more defense. Once per turn. Bestial. Oh, you didn't chain this? Oh. You should have chained this, buddy. Too late, buddy. Too late. Now you can't use this effect. But because they have that, we can't... They got a fusion, so we kind of have to be forced. Does Volcano trigger now? No. But we gotta play around SP. We don't really have a choice here. At well, level 3 or lower Fiend Tuner. Yeah, you already normal special summoned it, so what now? Battle phase. Okay. Oh, nice. I don't know what that card is. I'm gonna get rid of it. Aha! Oh. Okay. Why would you call by Pankratops? Okay, sure. Right, let's go. Toronto. Okay, there we go. Now we have a Durac for the field wipe. Yep. And the games that we're winning today are not satisfying at all. One of them is probably because I miss playing. The other is because I know there's better support on the way. Kind of like how you go to a McDonald's, even if you have a free-to-eat coupon for a luxury restaurant right next to you. That's not the best way to compare it. We're still eating McDonald's here, when we could be feasting on some proper steak ribs. All potential that's being wasted. Roll and lock? Sure. Sucks, but that's doable. Playing around Ash, then Droll. But a baby and a meteor is pretty solid. I won't complain. Caught by the Max C, not the Astro. Interesting. Maybe I should have just had them wait and have them use Astro. I mean, use this on Astro and then maxi them. But if Kashira Unicorn drops from the sky, that's also stressful. Tribute to draw a card. Okay. Pot agreed, huh? Just goes -1, but it is a pot agreed. I mean, half a pot agreed. It also uses your normal summon. Jeez, 1 card. You know, that could be super poly for all we know. Right, launch the rock. The hell was that? Right, let's try this again. It's gonna work the second time. Trust me. Round the Xeno! Oh yeah, that's right. We didn't start with Miscellaneousaurs. I should have grabbed the egg. Oh, I'm making too many mistakes. Ugh. Come on, why are you like this? This doesn't even kill him. Do I have something? Ah. You know what? Let's don't risk it. You could have a Nibiru. If you're a Dino player and you get nibbed, that's just embarrassing. So no need to go for a game when you can set up Lolka, Lars, Pacotops, and Frenzy. We're playing dinos. No need to go for a game. Your board is already strong enough. Earthbound Fusion. Hell no. That's an interesting card. Okay. Well, we won that one. I feel like I just curb stomped a child, but well, here we are. Right, so it's time to talk about the new dinosaurs. Who's excited for some new dinosaur action? It's time for, as a dinosaur professional, to talk about the new dinosaur cards. Right, and if we reveal the new dinosaur cards, if they're revealed before the new, before whatchamacallit, while we do this review, then that's even better. So let me just quickly screenshot this deck. Wait, not this. I mean, yeah, sure, we'll keep it this. And we'll probably just Photoshop the cards that we will be adding to the deck as we give our explanations. Okay, right, so quickly double checking, any new dinosaur cards? I mean, if they were released, I'm pretty sure my phone would be ringing like crazy from my friends. Nope, not really. Okay, let's see. Let's talk about the new dinosaurs and let's see what they do. Okay. All right. New dinosaurs. So I got them all saved up on my Discord page. Okay. Big moment! This is the moment we've all been waiting for 5 months. I've been waiting for this. So now let's see what we can do with them. Okay, so here we have it. The first dinosaur card. I mean, not really dinosaur card, because these aren't actually dinosaurs. They're dinosaur people that turn into dinosaurs. So, before we talk about the new cards, I would like to talk about, like, a very interesting way they decided to balance these cards. So, you know that in Yu-Gi-Oh, dinosaurs were never able to get good support because of the existence of this very specific card that TCG players seem to have a hate boner for some reason. But regardless, we will have to go over this, so we might as well strike while the iron's hot. So this is the one card that a lot of people hate in the TCG. As an OCG player, I played with this guy at 3. It does nothing to the game, but you guys on the TCG players absolutely have a hate boner for this. And since the new cards are releasing first in the TCG, it makes sense that they would balance themselves around this specific card. So let's read what this guy does, because it's gonna help you guys a lot understanding these new dinosaurs. So during the main phase, you can send this card from a hand to the graveyard to make every single dinosaur on the field unaffected for the rest of the main phase. That includes dinosaurs that will be summoned afterwards. So people think this guy's really good. Wow, miscellaneousaurus. Your opponent can't interact with your dinosaurs. How crazy is that? I wish it was that crazy. Only for the fact that for the dinosaurs, most of the effects don't happen on the field. It happen in hand or in grave or in the banish zone. So yeah, it loses to every single interaction, like literally ever made, except for Valor and Imperm. So, and which most decks can play through that anyway. So really don't get why. But regardless of my opinions do not matter. What matters are the opinions of the TCG players. So in a way, the way they've balanced a dinosaur theme around miscellaneousaurs is that they would make humans transform into dinosaurs. But it's not like Dinomorphias, where even the humans, I guess human dinosaurs in this case, are dinosaurs. They made them something else. They made them like psychics, reptiles, and like warriors, instead of them being dinosaurs. And it kind of makes sense if you go into the nitty gritty. We'll explain it later on, but they made it so that only the bosses are the dinosaurs. But every single guy in the main deck guys aren't dinosaurs. They're just regular guys. I have a thought. I'm presuming that we will get a dinosaur main deck monster, but for now, I don't think we will be getting one for reasons mentioned later. So let's go over to our first guy, and let's talk about our guy that we first saw. It's the Chairman Kimridge. So let's talk about him for a moment. Right. So he is a psychic. No, not so sure why he's a psychic. You'd assume that a scientist would be, to be fair, what would you make a scientist, right? Like, I don't think there's a scientist type. I guess warrior? But I guess he's a psychic because he's got, like, I don't know, because he's dead inside, right? So, what's very interesting is that Kimridge has an effect that if you reveal this guy in your hand, you add a card called GMX Applied Experiment 5/5 from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And if you do, shuffle this card into the deck. So, why? First, like, so here's the thing. We don't know what GMX Applied Experiment 5/5 is. Like, we don't even know what that is, since we've revealed 5 out of the 7 cards. One of them is the Experiment 5/5. And the reason, as I've said before, since they're based off pack openings, the chances of them pulling the rare card is very low. So that's like the rare card is the card that the deck revolves around, I'm assuming, since it's the most powerful card. So since it was rare, they never pulled it. And because they never pulled it, we don't know what it does. But just like a paleontologist, by assuming the pieces around the fossils, we can assume what species, or at least a close assumption of what the dinosaur could look like. So we're gonna go over these cards and kind of think about what this guy could possibly be doing, right? So if this card is special summoned by a monster effect, you can target 2 cards in your graveyard that are GMX cards, which is like these names. It's not Dino Mythica, unfortunately. And or dinosaurs. Place them on top of your deck in any order, and then destroy 1 attack position monster your opponent controls. And you can only use that once per turn. Okay. And then it has an attack value of 1,000. That's kind of interesting. It could come up later. It's a light. I'm pretty sure everybody thought it would be dark since he looks like menacing, but he's light. Yeah, I guess he's just, deep inside, he's just very passionate about dinosaurs, just the way I do. Right, so next up we have GMX Associate Noma. She is a reptile. If this card is special summoned by a monster effect, you can target 1 card each from your graveyard and your opponent's graveyard. Place each card on either on the top or bottom of the deck. And if a monster is normal or special summoned to your opponent's field while this card is in your monster zone, you can fusion summon 1 GMX fusion monster from your extra deck by shuffling its materials from your field, graveyard, or banishment into the deck. So here we have it, the first dinosaur card that, it's not a dinosaur, but it's a dinosaur card, okay? That does something with the banishment. And that's kind of something that I really wanted to see from Dinosaurs, so I'm glad that's happening. Fusion, field graver, or banishment to the deck. You can use only each of effect of GMX associate no more once per turn. So she is a dark. I find it very funny how the evil looking guy is a light, but the happy looking associate is a dark. Like, can we explain this? Like, why? And another thing that I've noticed is that she is a reptile. But if you look at her feet, she actually has a raptor sickle claw. And yeah, she even has some dinosaur hands. It kind of looks like me. Girl mode, I guess. Although, since my hands are dinosaur hands. But anyways, so you can actually see that she's also holding this machine. Whatever this thing is that the guy is holding. So, who knows? Right. So the next main deck guy, and probably the last guy for now, is gonna be GMX Researcher Salandi. So he's like a guy, is a fire warrior. Which I'm pretty sure there's actually been something going on with like fire warriors. That's like a whole like different archetype, like earth machines or something. But I don't know if this has anything to do with that. But yeah, for some reason he's the warrior. Like, I mean, he's a fighter, right? I mean, he's looking at a dinosaur book. He's kind of like me. If this guy's normal summon, you can special summon one non-warrior GMX monster or one level 3 or lower dinosaur from your deck. If this card is special summoned by a monster effect, you can add one GMX spell trap from your deck to your hand, which is interesting because we don't know any GMX spells or traps. So, yep. If a dinosaur fusion monster is on the field, you can shuffle this card from the field into the deck, and if you do, negate the effect of one face-up card on the field until the end of turn. Something to note, it's not a quick effect, so that's really bad. Like, you'd assume that would be a quick effect, but it's not, so yeah. But it does seem to be the most capable out of the three guys from Noma, Kimridge, and Salandi. I think Salandi is, like, effect-wise the best guy that we've got going on. Also, I don't know what's going on with the back here. Like, what is this? What is this animal we're seeing here? What is this? Is that, like, part of its arm? Is that another snout from another dinosaur? Like, what is this? Like, I'm assuming, like, it's got feathers. It's got, like, large claws. Maybe it's, like, a hunkered down, like, Erlichosaur. I mean, it's got a beaked mouth with teeth inside, so it's probably not a Gallimimus. Probably, like, a Therizinosaur. But since Therizinosaurs have, like, really long claws, probably, like, Erlichosaurs, like, Erlichosaurus, like, Bapianosaurs, I'm assuming. But interesting species choice. So, we got that. So, yeah, that was its effect. And now let's move on to the things that these two turn into. So, let's go over GMX Allos. So, I thought it was a Dilophosaurus because it's got, like, huge-ass crests. But no, this is supposed to be an Allosaurus. How is this an Allosaurus? I don't know. I guess, I mean, to be fair, right? For Allosaurus fossils, we do have evidence that it had some kind of crest. We have, like, some ridges that paleontologists assume that some kind of keratinous crests were placed on it. But these crests aren't sprouting from the nose ridge, which the crest would usually come from. It's on its head, like that of a Dilophosaurus. But I guess Yu-Gi-Oh! Has something about Dilophosaurus, so we got Allosaurus, which... You know what? Usually I would be upset at that, but I'm not even gonna complain, because, like, the only Allosaurus that we've had so far in Yu-Gi-Oh! Isn't even called an Allosaurus. It's for some reason, it has been mistranslated into an Aeolosaurus, which is a species of sauropod, but this is, like, the only other Allosaurus that we have in Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's called a Jurassic Allo. So it's not even Allo, which it's actually called Allo in Japanese, but it has been mistranslated into Aeolo, and it's just kind of stuck that way. So, yeah, so that's, like, see, this guy got it right. This guy, the crests are coming from on top of its, like, nose ridge, which the fenestrae, so the hole in the skull, is connected to. But for some reason, the newer one doesn't do that. I wonder why. It's like Jurassic Park, where the further you get with the franchise, the worse the designs become. But, anyways. We got Allos, so it's the big Allo. So, let's see. 1 GMX plus 1 Dinosaur. Each time your opponent normal or special summons a monster, you gain 200 life points. Why? Why do I gain 200 life points? I don't know. But okay, we'll talk about all of my theories and like connections and like combos that I've been thinking about later, right? You can only use each of the following effects of Aloe once per turn. You can target one GMX or Dinosaur in your graveyard or banishment, special summon it. This card cannot attack a turn if this effect is activated. You know what? Sucks. Sure, why not? At the start of the damage step, if this card battles an opponent monster, you can destroy that monster. So yeah, you can use this guy to beat over guys that have a higher attack than you, which doesn't really matter since we already have Rexter, but for some reason, Aloe insisted that you'd heal every time the opponent normal or special summons, so ironically, it's counteractive to Dinomorpheus who want to take damage, right? So like, why do you heal me? Why is it a must activation? I want to use Rexter. So this is what I'm thinking, right? Like, when you look at their effects, you notice that every single one of these guys' effects have been carefully curated so that you just cannot use it with, like, and at least not directly. Directly use it for usual dinosaur shenanigans, which is like pop babies, summon out evils are adult colors. Heck, you can't even do Dinomorphia shenanigans because it heals you instead of damaging you. So at least so it would seem, but we'll go over that later. So we got Aloe, and the last card that we have for now is, yes, we have the waifu, Associate Noma that turns into a Velociraptor girl. You know what? Right? Dinosaur fusion effect. 1 GMX plus 1 dinosaur monster. Each time your opponent normals or special summons a monster, you gain 200 life points. Again, stop healing me! During your opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target one card your opponent controls, excavate the top cards of your deck until you excavate a GMX or a dinosaur, lose 400 life points for each excavated card, add that GMX or dinosaur to your hand or special summon it, and then shuffle the rest of it into the deck. Also, after that, destroy the targeted card. Really long ass effect, but really just the one thing that matters. You heal every time the opponent summons, and after, if you can, on your opponent's turn, you can target a card that the opponent controls, stop milling cards, you'll shuffle them back, so it's not graveyard thing. So if you mill a GMX card or a dinosaur, you can either summon it or add it to your hand, and then destroy that one card. So it's basically a huge convoluted way of saying pop one on your opponent's turn. So, yeah, effect-wise, it doesn't seem like that crazy. So that's why a lot of people have been complaining. Like, we've waited 5 months for this, and the Allosaur can't even use the attack the moment you use its main gimmick. All the other guys kind of seem to be, like, going off on their own. But again, that's mainly because we don't know what Applied Experiment 5.5 is, right? The moment we figure that out, we know that. So, yes, GMX Applied Experiment 5.5. We don't know what that does. So, yeah, that's kind of the card that we have going on now. So, let's think about the synergies that we have. So, yes. So, Noma turns into a Velociraptor. She has, yeah, that's one more thing. She has Pygostyle, just like these like fan-like feathers that Velociraptors are actually known to have. Because I think with Velociraptor we found some holes near that. Was it the tail? Actually, I'm not even so sure if Velociraptor has a Pygostyle bones. Do you know Velociraptor's Pygostyle bones? Like Nomingia? Because like I know that a lot of Velociraptor depictions tend to give Velociraptor a tail fan. Since a tail fan would make sense if it would use it for balance. So, I do like how they made the Velociraptor girl a feathered Velociraptor. You know, very, very important, guys, that our Dino waifu girls are feathered, right? That's why I can't stand Kentrigina. She's not feathered enough. Anyways, which doesn't even make sense. Stegosaurus didn't have feathers. But anyways, yes, cool. I like the tail feathers. I like the design. I like it very much. They could have just went for a lazy Jurassic Park Raptor design, but they went ahead and they gave her feathers. Like this is why you just can't hate Yu-Gi-Oh, man. They add in very specific scientific details that normal people would not pass over. So, gotta love her for that. So let's think about what kind of synergies we have with the dinosaurs. So the first thing that I thought of was using Aloe. So, what's interesting is that the Allosaurus' effect to special summon a GMX or a dinosaur in your graveyard or banishment does not require Allosaurus to be fusion summoned. So if there's theoretically a way for you to cheat out an Allosaurus and use its effect, you could special summon a dinosaur onto your field without using your normal summon. And Associate Noma is actually a reptile. A reptile? Cheating summons from the extra deck? Yep, that is right. There is one card that we've had for a while that we didn't really have a way to think about what to do with it, and that is actually... BD Evolution Pill Ultra Transcendence. So, tribute 2 monsters from your hand or field, including a dinosaur. Special summon 1 level 5 or higher dinosaur from your deck or extra deck, with an equal or higher attack than the total attack of those tributed monsters. Also, the rest of the turn after this card resolves, you cannot special summon a monster from the extra deck, except Dragon, Dinosaur, Sea Serpent, and Worm never really comes up. But that's a thing. So, how do you search this? You search this with Animadorn Archosaur. This guy. If this card is normal special summon, destroy 1 dinosaur in your hand or face of field except this guy, then add 1 reptile, sea serpent, or wing beast monster with the same original level as a destroyed monster. Or 1 evolution pill spell from your deck to your hand. So, what do we do with this? We can use Archosaur to pop a level 4 dinosaur, any dinosaur, and then search a beta evolution pill Ultra Transcendence, and then use use Archosaur and the Ultra Transcendence pill with another dinosaur or non-dinosaur, I guess, whatever other card you have in your hand, to bring out Allosaurus. And then Allosaurus can use its effect to bring back the dinosaur that you tributed for the pill. Since you can use a dinosaur monster in your graveyard or banishment. So you can special summon, you can kind of cheat out like Oviraptor that way. Which is, I think that's one I think that's really good, right? What really struggled me with dinosaur decks before, at least the ones that I usually run, which is like 60 card dinosaur pile, which I will always play a dinosaur pile. I don't really have interest in like playing decks separately because I don't like putting like non-dinosaurs in the extra deck. So I don't like Jurassic where they put like freaking like Dugaris or some shit in the extra deck. Like I can't stand that. So it's good that we can fill this up with more dinosaurs. Hence, we're only playing pure dinos. So as a pure dino player, it always sucked when you had Ovi and Archosaur. If both of those cards were in your hand, it always sucked because each of those 2 cards are a 2-card recipe for separate combos. Those 2 by themselves can't do anything, but now we can do something with that. So, yeah, so off of my head, we can normal summon Archosaur, pop Ovi, grab Ultra Transcendence Pill, use something else in Archosaur to summon Allo. Allo can bring back Oviraptor, and Oviraptor can search Miscellaneousaurs, and then Miscellaneousaurs can go to the graveyard, banish 2, summon a guy, and yes, Ovi can probably pop it, and maybe summon a dinosaur that you tributed off of Archosaur, and maybe go off of the combo that way. So yeah, I think Allosaurus kind of gives us a lot of potential, especially combo potential. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy. It does give us an out for damage step battling monsters. I don't think that's really going to come up that often, since dinosaurs already have plenty of ways to break boards. So, yeah, Allo, that's fine. He's actually pretty good. So, let's read out Velo now. So, Velo has a deck manipulation effect. So, I mean, no, it mills. And you lose 400 life points for each excavated card. So I'm assuming what we want to do with this card deck is that that's the whole reason we heal. Is that we heal, and then we take damage from Velo and try to mill a GMX card or a Dinosaur. And I think we want to, like, what the deck intends us to do is to mill a GMX card so we can special summon it. And since each of these guys have effects when they're special summoned by a monster, for example, like Chairman Kimridge has a when it's special summoned by a monster effect, target 2 cards in your graveyard that are GMX and or dinosaurs. Place them on top of your deck and then destroy 1 attack position. So they can do that. Kimridge can pop an attack position and has deck manipulation. Noma can also Noma doesn't do that, but Noma's special summons, fusion summons it on the opponent's turn. So ideally what you want to do is you want to keep Noma at the end of your you want to keep her at the end of your turn, so that on the opponent's turn you can use Noma to fuse into Velociraptor, I'm assuming. So, and we're gonna assume that we're gonna get Salande first. We're gonna use Salande to special summon a GMX or level 3 or lower. So you can use that to special summon Noma from the deck. Since there's no level restriction to what GMX guy we have to get out. So, yep. We can special summon out Noma, and on the opponent's turn, we can use Noma and Kimridge to fuse into Velux. So that's another plan that we have. I don't think that's gonna be the main plan of the deck, though. So let's go over now that we've thought about the combo potential. Let's see what bones we have, and let's try to assemble the bigger picture. So, for what we can know is that they do not want to give dinosaurs support that previously takes advantage of the cards that we already own. For example, like babies. Since you might have noticed, not a single one of these cards say pop the baby. There's no card that allows us to pop a baby. The best we can assume is that you would you can target a card that your opponent controls on your opponent's turn, and with that you could probably maybe aim for a Lost World and then use that to pop a baby from deck. Yeah, and then special summon a dino as well from Veloci. Like, that's like the closest you can get by using GMX cards to pop babies. And it doesn't even seem like the deck even wants to pop babies in the first place if you look at what the cards of the deck are. None of them are like low-level dinosaurs. It's like a warrior, a psychic, and a reptile. So, since Baby Ceratosaurus and Petit Pteranodon can only bring out level 4 or lower, and respectively level 4 or higher dinosaurs from your deck, neither these guys cannot be summoned in any way. There's no cards that change the types of every single monster in your deck, so you can't really do that. So, yes, these guys really do want to try to play separately from the default dinosaur build. But we're still gonna stick them inside our big 60 deck dinosaur pile anyways, because dinosaurs are fucking awesome. So, what's interesting is that the DMX dinosaur, Velux, requires a dinosaur. Allo requires also a dinosaur. But none of these cards are dinosaurs. So where the hell does the dinosaur come from? Like, where does it come from? So, and another thing that we actually need to think through is that we actually have a translated list of the dinosaur cards from the pack, and with that we can presume where the cards go onto the list. So, if you look closely at the list I'm about to present to you guys, it is translated in Korean, but it also has the English name, so it's not really gonna matter. So, if you look at this, the yellow cards are the dinosaur cards. The red cards are non-dinosaur related. There's just a random giant cards that we don't need to take care of. So here's the thing. 89 is a non-dinosaur card. 90 is Salande, the Erlichosaur boy. 91 is Kimridge, the doctor. And Noma, the Velociraptor girl. And then we got the Velociraptor and Allosaurus. So, what? Where's the dinosaur? What do we summon off of Kimridge? You can summon a GMX guy, but as I was literally talking about that, I kind of realized that if you want a Velociraptor, you need a dinosaur. Neither one of these cards are dinosaurs. So, what now? How do I get this guy out? So, the only thing I can think of is, especially if you look at these things that they're holding, is that this thing that you see might be a one level. This might be, in my theory, it could be a Link 1 machine, it's a Link 1 dinosaur that requires a GMX monster or one level 3 or lower dinosaur monster. Like, because it's weird how Salandi specifically requires a level 3 or lower, right? So I'm assuming they will probably say a level 3 or lower dinosaur to turn that into some kind of extra deck monster, because it can't be a main deck monster since we don't have a space for a main deck. These guys are extra deck cards, and we know that one of these is going to be the Experiment 5/5, and that's a searchable card. So 95 is maybe the machine, the thing that they're holding. I mean, it's a machine, but it's also the dinosaur. I'm assuming it's like the dinosaur DNA in a machine, so that's why it's a dinosaur type or something like that. That would kind of make sense, because you normal summon Salandi, use its effect, get out Velociraptor Girl, turn Salandi into the machine, the thing that they're holding. That kind of explains why he isn't holding it. He becomes that. Yes. And then we use the machine and Noma to fuse into the Velociraptor Girl, or the Allosaur Girl, or depending on the situation, I'm assuming. That's something. So another thing is that then it becomes really what GMX Applied Experiment 5/5 is gonna be, since we know that it's not a dinosaur card, it's not a summonable dinosaur, it's not a main deck card, monster, so it's gonna be a spell trap. It can't be an extra deck because it would require you to search it. So it would at best, I'm assuming it's gonna be a fusion spell, and it needs to be powerful enough so that, well, the entire deck actually starts functioning, because, well, this deck right now, the dinosaurs, individual dinosaurs, look kind of weak. But the one thing that could possibly combine them together would be a card that's like Branded Fusion, which is a fusion card that fusion summons from deck. So, let's see. I mean, this has to be what Experiment 5/5 is. It is. It's basically the mutation happening, and it basically does something like this. Let me translate this into GMX. Fusion summon one GMX monster that that has material from your deck using 2 monsters from your hand, deck, or field, is what I'm assuming it would say. So, but here's the thing. Another thing that we have to take note is that, strangely enough, Allosaurus can special summon a GMX or dinosaurs from your graveyard or banishment. So, what I think this deck wants to do is that, and the best way I can think of is how you would combo off, right? Is that instead of fusion summoning, like, best case scenario, right? If I would wish for the card, it would fusion summon by destroying material in your deck. But looking at the cards that we've seen so far, they do not want to connect this to previous existing dinosaur cards. And since Allosaurus can special summon gods from the banishment alongside the graveyard, I think it's gonna be a fusion summon that fusion summons a GMX monster. You can't say a dinosaur fusion monster because then Dinomorphia would abuse that. So it has to be a GMX monster card by banishing cards from your deck. That has to be the case, because if it was sending to the graveyard, it would benefit like regular dinosaur players. But then again, it wouldn't really benefit them too much, right? Because as we all know, dinosaurs, like, there's a lot of cards that put dinosaurs in graveyard, but there aren't that many dinosaur cards that do something with them. Like, the best thing that we can do right now with dinosaurs would be, best cards to dump is like Miscellaneousaurs, Kaidotera, that you would later banish from a different card effect, or Giant Rex, which is like a Spinosaurus that special summons when it's banished. Oh god, shoot! My light fell down. Right. So, Giant Rex. This guy's basically another Kaidotera, but it doesn't have any effect, but it's a big boy, whereas this guy searches a fusion, so, like, this guy's like, the Kaidotera is basically the power crept version of Giant Rex. So, if it was by banishing materials from your deck, that could help further GMX's plans, whereas not trying to not extend the dinosaur plan. because I guess if you put things in graveyard, you can use miscellaneous source to banish 2 to maybe summon an egg. You could use that for UCT fodder. So, banishing cards from deck, because if it was just fusion summon cards from your deck, since, the thing is that that's basically what Dragon Tail already does, right? It's fusion summons a card from your deck, and then the main fusion bunguses aren't really doing that much work. Instead, it's like the minions that do something when they're fusion summoned in case of Dragatail, and in case of GMX, it would be when they're summoned off of the big guys that have effects. So, it's kind of like Dragatail, but if it was just fusion summoned from deck, this would just be a worse version of Dragatail. So, it needs to have something that separates it from the other thing, and since Allosaurus can special summon dinosaurs and GMX dinosaurs from the graveyard, or banishment, you would probably banish materials from your deck. And it would also make sense that it would make sense that these guys were level 4s. Since this guy's a level 3, unfortunately, but it would make sense if the Link 1 is a dinosaur thing that uses a GMX guy. But these guys are level 4s. And what you actually can do with level 4s, that something has to do with dinosaurs, is that you can actually make this guy the Pissed Off Sabersaurus. 2 level 4 monsters. So, the idea is that if this card is what I think it is, and it would fusion summon by banishing materials from your deck, you would banish Kaito and Noma or Kimridge. But if you're playing, I think Kimridge would really depend on how good Experiment 5-5 is, and how good 5-5 really is. Because since we're still gonna be using our the skeletal of the dinosaur deck that we already own, I don't think we're gonna rip out pieces that we already exist for GMX cards. I think what we'll do is probably reduce cards. We could reduce Pankratops to 1. Probably we could cut maybe a Frenzy. We could definitely cut an Eclipse and a Final Bringer of the End Times. And since since we already have Ashes already at 2. In the OCG, that's another 1 space open. I don't think we're gonna be playing 3 Full-Loss. I think we'll probably play around 2 Full-Loss in a 60-card deck. So that's that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you really want to get rid of Book of Eclipse, that's 7 potential cards we can get rid of. So, oh yeah, also Max C's at 1. So that's 8 potential cards that we can get rid of. So that leaves us with a lot of amount of space. So yeah, we don't know how good 5-5 is, but if since we don't here's the thing, Kimridge returns itself to the deck after searching Experiment 5-5. So if 5-5 was something that special summons, fusion summons from your hand, it wouldn't make thematically sense for Kimridge, because remember, Kimridge turns into the Allosaurus, but since 5-5 has to be the thing that fusion summons. And Noma gets out Velociraptor on the opponent's turn, but we don't know what we get out Allosaurus with. And since Kimridge shuffles itself back into the deck by searching Experiment 5-5, since it's not it doesn't search the card on normal or special summoning it. So, what do you do? It has to be a special summon, a fusion summon by using materials in your deck. But how do you differentiate that from Branded and Dragatail? You banish the card so that Allosaurus can bring it back. And since Kimridge and Noma is a level 4, we'd be able to banish Kaidotara to special summon it, and then special summon Noma off of Allosaurus. Or Kimridge, depending on the situation. And then you would make Steam Sabersaurus and maybe pop a baby if you want to play pure dinosaurs. Or I don't know, make fucking Rhysia or some shit, because I know that TCG players love adding in slop to everything. So that's another thing they could possibly do. That would make a lot of sense, since right now there's no dinosaur that you fusion summon it with, Noma, so adding in Kaidotara would make sense. And Kaidotara searches fusion which is would also make sense that if you could just fusion summon, like the polymerization isn't bad in this deck because these guys don't really they don't really have quick effects that activate on your turn. So just polymerization, like raw dogging it, isn't that bad in your deck either. So banishing cards from your deck, I think, would be like the main way you'd probably fuse in this deck. That would differentiate them from other cards, and that would also make thematically sense from Allosaurus, because why would Allosaurus special summon a guy in your banishment? Like, how would that work? Because, like, yes, if you think about it in the whole Dinosaur 60 pile deck situation, of course you'd banish cards from Miscellaneous, so you'd want to bring that back. But within the GMX archetype, if you think about it that way, there's really no reason for Allosaurus to state it gets a guy out from banishment. So it has to fusion summon from banishment. Like, that has to, I'm assuming that's the default. And then if you raw dog polymerization and fuse Allosaurus that way, then you can grab something from the graveyard. So it does give you an extra option, is what I'm assuming. So that has to be the case, right? Like, my theory is that Link 1 Dinosaur that requires a GMX guy or 1 level 3 or lower dinosaur monster, or and the 9/6 is going to be a fusion summon from deck that banishes materials from your deck. So yeah, that is, I'm assuming, is the case, is going to be for the GMX cards. So yes, but the most frustrating thing is that I basically remade Experiment 5-5, but we don't know what the Link one is, or vice versa. Like, either one of those theories could be true, but like it's really weird how the fusion requirements say they want a dinosaur, yet the none of the main deck guys are dinosaurs. What I can kind of think of is that you probably use like Oviraptor and like Archosaur, Kaidotera, I'm assuming. I don't think this deck actually likes Oviraptor, right? Because it doesn't search anything meaningful. Yeah, because I think Miscellaneous or what was it? Does Archosaur special summon? It doesn't special summon, it just adds, right? And adding it doesn't do anything. These guys don't have like any hand trap like effects. So yeah, I'm assuming it has to be the Link one and the polymerization. Would be cool if the if Experiment 5-5 would trigger on the opponent's turn. Maybe it's like a spell that maybe it's like an imperm like spell, right? Because you get her to think, this is Yu-Gi-Oh we're talking about. They're gonna do power creep. I'm not so sure how GMX is gonna power creep like Dracotail in some way, but the best way would be kind of like polymerization, like not like impermanence. If you don't control cards, you can use that from your hand. Maybe that would make sense. So that you can maybe fusion summon your opponent's turn to make Noma, I mean the Velociraptor, and potentially dig into something meaningful. So yeah, but I think the best idea here is so yeah, make Allosaurs, bring back the material, make Allosaurs with a Beta Evolution Pill, summon out the material that you used from using it, because right now I am not quite sure if Velociraptor is good, right? Because they've learned from Dinomorpheus. They know not to make these the main guys level 6s, because they know that we're gonna be turning them into evils or Lars. So they do not give any breathing room, right? I genuinely don't know. Like, Allosaurus would be so much nicer if it was a level 6, but they deliberately made it a level 8. So you can't really do anything with it. So since dinosaurs, there are loads of level 8 dinosaurs, but there's nothing that you do with them. I guess you could make a level 10 if you have like Dino Wrestler, Salaphysis, like specifically, but like it's not a good card, so I don't think anybody would run that. So, but then again, it's a tuner that's level 3 or lower dinosaur, so maybe, I guess. Maybe the thing in the background is a Salaphysis, but no, Salaphysis don't have beaks. So yes, that's the theory. So how do you plan on constructing your deck, Lopho? So what changes? So we don't know what 5-5 is. We do know that it's a spell. I mean, it's spell or trap, but it has to be a spell because well, I mean, if it was a trap, then the entire deck wouldn't function, right? Like, all the dinosaurs trigger effects when they're, like, they aren't quick effects, so the only way you logically use them is by summoning them out on your turn. And for that, it has to be a thingamajig. It has to be a spell. Right. So, personally, I don't think I'll be running Kimridge, simply because of the fact that it just weakens us to Droll. Like, Dinosaurs are a deck that, by itself, can afford to run Droll at 3, because they don't search. At the moment, either the OV search or Archosaur does the pill search, we've kind of finished with the searching. At best, we can, I guess, kind of like, what was it? I guess we could kind of, what was I gonna say? My brain just froze. Fuck, right? Yeah. We can. If they just droll us after the OB search or the pill search, we can make a large Dolka Frenzy pass. So there's really not much we need to be afraid of in terms of droll. In fact, I play 3 droll right now in my main deck because, well, dinosaurs are good against droll. So if we would play these cards, like, is the thing, because these guys don't do anything when they're normal summoned. And I guess the best way they would do that, like, it enhances my theory that the GMX card is gonna be something that requires a dinosaur, so, or a GMX guy. So that way, these guys don't rot in your hand if you don't have a polymerization. So we have the Link 1, I'm assuming, the GMX Link 1, and we're gonna be having the Banishment Fusion. So I think we're gonna probably, like, ideally, we don't want to, like, main gimmick themselves that much, because I don't think the power of the GMX dinosaurs themselves come from the fact that they are dinosaurs. It's more because of the fact that they can, it does seem to be a very control-y, low to the ground focused deck. So, yeah, I guess you kind of want to do that. So ideally, I think I'm probably going to play like 1 Kimridge for the Archosaur target, right? And we need something for the GMX card. And the GMX spell, we're going to probably just make this like green, right? That has to be like a 3-up, right? So we'll probably put, we'll probably replace 1 Frenzy, because they do kind of fight with the role, since Dinomorpheus and not Dinomythicus, I mean the GMX guys, they are all fighting for the low to the ground spot. So I think 2 Frenzy, I mean 1 Frenzy, 1 Alert. Like, I guess this is really personal preference. I always run 1 Alert at least, because after we nuke the board, I want something to do. Like, I don't want a situation where I nuke a board when I have no dinosaurs, right? And yeah, I assume they kind of thought about that as well, because for some reason the new fusion dinosaurs don't do anything when they're destroyed. So it's not even like they summon a GMX level 4 or lower GMX from grave. So, I mean, I don't know why they didn't do that. It would be nice if they did. It really would, but they didn't do that. So, we'll do that. Honestly, I don't know about Final Bring of the End Times. I might bench that card, really. I might bench it. Because of how good, depending on how good the GMX card is. So we got that. We'll probably replace this here. We'll probably get another Droll and Lockbird. I mean, we might also reduce Droll and Lockbird by 3, right? Like, I know that it's like, since the only cards that right now, the only major hand trap that isn't like limited right now or semi-limited is Droll and Lockbird in the actual game. So I'm gonna assume that power creep would flow in a way that where they would actively like reduce like the effectiveness on Droll in terms of like powerful decks. So, and since Max C is at 1, the chance of us being able to self-Droll doesn't really come up as often as you might think. So I just might actually just run Droll at 2, depending on how good the GMX cards are. Right? If this spell is really good, we just straight up might put Droll at 2 and just risk ourselves getting Drolled, because it doesn't seem like GMX guys search anything. So if we get Drolled instead of going for a Lost Dolka Frenzy, we just might actually go for GMX Allo and GMX Noma and fuse into Velociraptor on the opponent's turn. I think that might be a way. But the thing is, here's the thing. Noma isn't like Noma. Velociraptor isn't that big of a disruption herself. This like I don't know why this isn't like why this is a once per turn. If this was multiple times per turn, this would have been great. But since this is for some reason a once per turn, I don't really think it's gonna be that good. So I think here it becomes the big issue, right? Like, what do I do with the extra deck? Right? Like, how do I, like, what do I get rid of? The extra deck is right now really tight in the deck. So, like, what cards do I get rid of? Because I guess what we could get rid of is one Meteor, right? One Meteor and maybe one Astro, right? But is it really worth doing that? That's the thing. Like, the second Meteor, it's true, it rarely ever comes up. Like, it probably wins me, like, maybe, like, 4% of games, I'm assuming. I don't think I've ever had a chance to Meteor of a guy twice. And usually, even if I do, it's usually a top draw fight. So, that's also gonna be a thing. And, yeah. Remember how I said that Dinosaurs are a 2-card deck? These right now, they don't really have a 1-card. You'd think in the newest iteration of Yu-Gi-Oh! They would have like multiple like 1-card combos, but these cards don't really seem to have a 1-card combo. Like, unless like Experiment 5-5 is like Brand of Fusion, where it is a combo, and Celandi has to summon out level 3 or lower or GMX, and this is probably also a full combo given that there's a Link 1. So yes, because it doesn't have any locks, guys. So it doesn't lock you into fusion monsters like Branded Fusion would do, which is interesting. Because well, they need a Dinosaur. I'm assuming the Link 1, it has to be a Link 1 that requires a level 3 or lower or GMX guy. I wish it was level 4 or lower, right? I really do, but looking at how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is trying to, like, separate this from the default dinosaurs, and since we're just trying to, like, shoehorn it in, and how Celandi specifically mentioned level 3 or lower, I don't think the GMX Flask, we'll just call it GMX Flask, this thing is probably not gonna be the level 3 or lower. It isn't gonna be level 4 or lower. So yeah, so like what do I get rid of? I do know that we'll definitely put like a copy of Allo. Allo I think is pretty good, right? And we'll also need a copy of Beta Evolution Pill. So I think what we will do is we'll probably bench right now. We might bench Secure Gartner, right? Because if we, since right now, like, Archosaur, pop card, search a card. You would always usually search double evolution pill to go into, if you want to play it low, like most people, you'd summon out UCT. If you have Lost World on the field, you'd bring out Pankratops. And if you're like a combo brain like me, you'd probably summon out Transcendosaurus Meteorus, right? So, and dump Miscellaneousaurus with that. But if you would, since now we have access to Allo, we actually just might do the Beta Pill. So, since Beta Pill can also summon Meteorus from your main deck. So, the banishing 2 to end on Dinomorphia Therizia, the plan still works even with the Beta Evolution Pill. So, I think we might go for double Evolution Pill, 2 double Evolution Pill, and probably 1 copy of Beta Evolution Pill, because you can search Allosaurus with that. I mean, special summon Allosaurus. So we'll definitely put 1 Ultra Transcendence as well into the deck. We probably won't need a second Pankratops after that. So we'll probably do it like that. And honestly, like, we probably might get We might get Salande, right? Like, here's the thing. Like, I don't know what to feel about Salande, right? Because since he's not a dinosaur, you can, I can't protect it with miscellaneousaurs. So, and it's a level 3. It's really gonna depend on how good the GMX flask is gonna be, but I don't know if it's, like, worth running him. Because yes, you can summon it, you normal summon him, summon out Archosaur, and maybe pop an egg. That's another normal summon plus egg combo that you have going on. But I think at this point in your deck, in the deck that we already own, we already have so many normal summon that leads to breaking an egg combo. Like Oviraptor, normal summon, like 2-card combo that can be, like, fill out the other place for an egg, right? We have Archosaurs, we have Miscellaneousaurs, we have Oviraptor, we have Stego, we have Groundzino, we have Fossil Dig. That's 6 copies of mostly 3 of cards that we run in the deck that interact something with an egg. So, do we really want to get Salande as well? Ideally, I don't know. Like, we might run Kimridge. I don't know. Like, like Experiment 5 is definitely gonna be a 3 of. I think we'll probably play Noma and, like, we'll probably play the Flask and the Allosaurus. We'll play Allosaurus, and instead of 1 Meteor, we'll probably play, like, the Flask. The Link one. I think this would be the combo. This would be the finished deck list. Right? Like, because, yes, Jurassic cards are powerful. But then again, you aren't really, since the GMX is that plays low to the ground, and combo wombo style decks, like, attribute-wise, they are kind of counterintuitive, but it still works because of the existence of Full Loss and Maxi. Since they can work as a as a plan B if they Maxi or Full Losses. So, and so far that has kind of worked well with me. So, adding in GMX cards isn't bad, per se. I do think that the Fusion is definitely going to be 3F, I think. Like, banishing cards to Fusion Summon, that has to be good, right? Like, there's no way that card isn't good. So, yeah, I think this is probably going to be the deck list. I was honestly thinking of cutting, Doodlebeast Tyranno, but if Velociraptor mills. But here's the thing, like, we aren't gonna be running Velociraptor in this build, right? But like my idea was with Velociraptor was that you would mill cards, and if you get Oviraptor, you'd be able to search Tyranno and get another pop on the opponent's turn. That was like my general idea, but since we're not running Velociraptor, we might just remove Tyranno. Right? And we just might reduce, like, the Jurassic part of the deck. Right? Like, but I like Jurassic. Here's the thing, right? Like, I like what they do. Like, unlike GMX, which kind of feels somewhat shoehorned in, the Jurassic fit right now with the game style that we have going on perfectly. I do want to run 2 Astro instead of 1 Astro because not only do you need one for the Meteor launch, I do like a lot of the combo and end boards actually that I run actually have Astro as an end board piece. So I don't want to force me to, like, pick between dumping or summoning it. So, I mean, we might run Kimridge, right? We might cut Tyranno and run Kimridge. Tyranno has been a kind of a brick, right? Like, ideally what I do want from the second wave of support is maybe a level 3 or lower dinosaur that can hand trap that fusion summons on the opponent's turn. Like, I think that's kind of what the deck is trying to imply right now, but here's the thing. We're gonna get 7 cards now, and we're gonna get 7 dinosaurs later. We don't know what the 7 dinosaurs is gonna be. I'm gonna assume it's probably gonna be something with Salande. I don't know, maybe Salande is gonna be turning into a Bapianosaurus guy or something like that. Would be pretty cool. Yeah, like, this, but, like, imagine, like, Bapianosaurs. I mean, like, I don't know, is it, do you think this dinosaur in the back is a Therizinosaurus? Like, I don't think it is, right? Because if it was a Therizinosaurus, you would have 2 fusion dinosaur themes that revolve around the Therizinosaurs. And that would be really, really weird. So... And I also think there's a good reason why no GMX cards have Tyrannosaurus. You'd think in a dinosaur theme they'd have Tyrannosaurus, but they have Velociraptor, Allosaurus, and whatever this thing in the back is. So no T-Rex. Maybe T-Rex goes in the second wave. The new base game for Dinosaur from Jurassic World Evolution 3 was revealed. Okay, what Glupshitosaurus is it this time? It's probably gonna be something that doesn't even matter, but sure. Let's see what that is. Right, let me see. Probably gonna be some Glupshitosaurus. It's Majungasaurus. Oh wait, hold up. Right. What the hell is with this quality? This is HD? This is not HD. Right. There we go. They look exactly the same as the Jurassic World Evolution 2 Varines. Like, are there even any changes on the model? I guess they made the male's horns bigger. The babies have the short arms, but the adults have the long arms. That's kind of weird. No, never mind. The babies also have arms. They also have long arms. Right? I don't know why I thought the babies would have the short arms. Right, we got Majungasaurus now. Congratulations. Yay, another Glupshitosaurus. Right, okay. I'm glad that we're gonna get Majungasaurus. I'm so happy and I'm so excited, and I'm very glad that Jurassic World Evolution 3 has made the ambitious choice to add in this creature that we've all been expecting, that we've all been waiting for. This is gonna change the game in a drastic way, and I'm so excited for it. I can't wait what new content the new update will bring. It will probably add in a lot of cool decorations, which I cannot wait to decorate my park with. Yay! Okay. So... yeah, what did I talk about? I think we pretty much wrapped up what we need, the talks that we need for the GMX cards, right? Like, I don't think the new GMX cards have been teased, right? I don't think there's anything else that we need to go over. I think we've pretty much, like, nabbed at every single nook and cranny. We theory crafted what the new cards could be. And we've even made this deck list, which basically kind of shows what I want to do. You know what would be really cool, though? I don't think that Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG will do that, but it would be really nice if the GMX Link 1 would be a dinosaur monster that's also considered like machine in their graveyard or something like that. Because that way we can get rid of Link Rebo. Like, I still don't like how after all of this we still need to run Link Rebo. This is stupid. Like, why do we still have to run a non-dinosaur card in our dinosaur deck? Like, this has been the case for, like, ever since dinosaurs were, like, conceived. Right? Like, it's time we get rid of this shit. Right? Like, drop me the GMX card. Like, a card that's, like, a non-dino engrave. Like, I know there's cards that do that. Like, not these ones, but I know there's in Yu-Gi-Oh! There's some cards that change attribute and types. That basically have multiple types, so yeah, they should do something like that for GMX. It's definitely gonna be it has to be a dinosaur. Here's the thing, the Link 1 needs to be a dinosaur, elsewise it won't work with the GMX cards that require a dinosaur. But I really do wish it was also a non-dino in the on the grave, so we can, I guess, fuse it away with because the Link one also will probably have an ability, right? Wait a moment, the Link one will also have an ability. Wait, holy shit! Wait! I didn't consider that. What we could do, actually, if the Link one summons another GMX out, either from grave or something, we could summon Link 1 the Archosaur into the flask. The flask will bring out a GMX. And then with the GMX and flask, we can Link summon them into Reprodocus. And GMX main deck monsters aren't dinosaur types. We could get rid of Link Rebo. Damn. That would be actually really cool. That would actually scratch the itch that base dinosaurs needed. And it doesn't necessarily improve their gimmick, which is what TCG doesn't want dinosaurs to do. They don't want to like give dinosaurs a circle or something like that. But like, I think the least they can do is do something like that. Have the Link one summon out another guy. Because, like, what else would the Link one do? You want to actively, like, effect-wise, you'd actively want to fuse it away. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Maybe the Link one searches. Maybe the Link one searches Kimridge. That could make sense. So you normal summon Salande, use effect, bring out Archosaur or a GMX guy, and then link Salande into the GMX Flask. Flask summons out, or Flask searches Kimridge, which then adds an Experiment 5/5, and then you can keep going comboing off. That would make a lot of sense. So, yeah. I think, detail-wise, we aren't quite sure. But I think I am on the right path. It's gonna be a fusion summon that banishes from deck, and a Link 1 Flask. So let me know what you guys think. I'm so excited for the GMX cards. Like, every single time my friend's cards got support, I always was a sitting duck, sitting at the corner thinking about, oh no, what I'm gonna do now. Like, my friends aren't even, like, pet deckers like me. They play, like, multiple decks. Like, they play, like, Exodia, White Forest. Not Exodia, I mean, Utopia, White Forest, Cyber Slop, Ryuge, what was it, Mermail, Red Demon Archfiend, Blue Eyes, and, like, Pendulum Slop, like, Magicians and stuff. Like, which is strange because they've played those 8 decks while I was still playing Dinosaurs. Like, last year. Like, last year, yeah. And throughout last year, every single one of those decks got support. Like, I kid you not. Like, I don't think there was a single deck that my friends played that didn't get support. Heck, like, I know there's, like, one of my friends that doesn't play Yu-Gi-Oh! Too often, but we do occasionally hang around. He plays Exosisters. Heck, even Exosisters got support. So, like, Dinosaurs were, like, the only deck that didn't get a single piece of support. I was always just crying in the corner, waiting for my cards to drop. Ever since they did reveal that Dilophosaurus, now an Allosaurus. I was excited for this team for, like, the past 5 months, and we finally got them. And a lot of people think they're shit. I mean, arguably, like, from the cards right now that we have, it looks shit. But if you fill in the blanks with their effects, Experiment 5/5 cannot be a bad card. It is a good card. And considering that, if you look at the fusions, we also know that we're going to be getting a Link 1. So, yeah, it's really going to be those 2 cards that's really going to matter. And I'm pretty sure the Link 1's going to be this thing. So, yep. Let me know what you guys think about the GMX cards. And yeah, guys, I think we'll probably wrap it up here. Yeah, I think we're probably gonna keep it short. since I've recently jumped back into streaming. So keep it short, and yeah, because I think tomorrow. Wait, let me just quickly check if they have the new GMX cards, if they are revealed. It would be really funny if they did. No, I don't think so. Okay, so yes, I'm assuming next morning we'll be getting the GMX cards. So yeah, and then we'll start tinkering with the deck. And I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow probably with Jurassic World Evolution 3. I want to finish our ecosystem. So yeah, guys, see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.